Hello and welcome to the Stamping Society's March tutorial bundle, in which we are creating projects using the Rain or Shine bundle. I'm Angela Meiritz-Reid of Stamping Beauty in Christchurch, New Zealand, and this is a card I'll be creating. If you would like to purchase the written tutorials for all our projects, please click on my blog link below. The tutorials include all the products and measurements to create our projects. And if you live in New Zealand and would like copies of the current catalogues, please message me. I'd love to send them to you. Okay, so let's make this card. So it's a slider card. So when you pull this panel here, it pulls this back and you can see this panel here. And then it opens up here and you can pop your message inside. So to create the card, you need to have your card base cut this way. And you're going to fold it here. So I'll just bend that over and just crease it along there and just burnish along there. And then this piece here is going to be this piece here. So to create that, I've just popped a piece of the DSP on to that piece there. So I'm just going to glue that. So that's what you see there when that pulls back. I did cut a little bit short, but that's going to be hidden under there, so you won't see that. So just adhere that to the front there. And that's all you need to do with that piece for now. Oh, except stamp it. So we could stamp that now to get that done. So I've got the Oh Happy Day stamp and I've got Balmy Blue. So I just want to tuck it in about the middle and just above there. So I'm just going to ink it up and then I know it's straight on my block, so if I go up there and about there, and that's good. So there's a relief when it does stamp well and straight, especially when it's on something like that. Otherwise I'd have to pop another bit of DSP on there. And then while I'm here, I might as well just do this actually. The insert, I've just got a piece of white card. And I'm just going to pop this little bit of strip of DSP on there. And then make sure that's nice and straight. And then this is one of the little images from the DSP. I think that looks kind of cute. So I'm just going to die cut that. The dies also work on the paper. Line that up, make sure it's nice lined up, and then just run that through. If you didn't have the dies, you could easily just fussy cut it. It does make it a little bit quicker, and then I'm just going to adhere that little turtle to there. And then just pop a little bit of the Stampin' Seal on. I just pop it on each corner. It doesn't need much to stick down. Just tuck that on there. So that's the insert all done, and just adds a little bit of interest to it. And then next we're going to start creating these pieces here. So for this piece here, I've just got a piece of white cardstock, and all the measurements, as I said, will be in the written tutorial. And then I've got this piece of DSP here, so I'm just going to adhere that onto there. and then we'll just have to probably run it through the die cutting machine several times just to get through those 2 layers. Or you could die cut it individually, but you just want, it is easier to do it in one hit. And you want to measure it and just add some just some tape or some post-it notes just to keep it in the right place. So about 2 centimeters up. So actually what I tend to do is use this grid paper, and 2 centimeters is here. So if I say, just run that along there, so that's 2 centimeters, and pop that on. Actually I need to have my centimeters up this way. I pop that on there, and I'd done it before, so it's 1.7 1 centimeter and 7 millimeters from each side. So you just put a wee mark there, and then a mark there, so you know that it's going to be, that's where you need to put it. So if I just hold that down while it's there, and then just add the post-it notes just to keep it in place. If you've got bigger ones, that's probably better than these piddly little ones, but they do the trick. So just so it doesn't move. And then what I'm going to do is bring in my die cutting machine. So I'll just clear the decks. So I'll bring this in. Hopefully you can get a good view. And then what you need to do, so this here is the top piece, and that's the bottom. You could make it more centered if you like, but that works really well. So you get it lined up, and then you want this plate here just to sit along under here, because you don't want that to cut out that whole rectangle, just this piece here to create the flap. So you get that into your machine and then just run it through. And just take it straight through. It's going to clunk, yes. So just take that one off there, so you can see. So then take all these pieces off just carefully. And hopefully it's gone right through. So I'm just going to peel that off. These are quite old, so they are a little bit tight. Used them so much. Gently just pull that off, because you don't want to take take any of the paper off. And then once you've got that, then you can just pull that piece back. That's the flap. So just get your bone folder and just go along there. And then this is the piece that's got the easel piece here. So we want to fold that in half. So then you just fold that in half there and burnish along there. So that is going to slide with some help. So the next thing to do is to create this sliding mechanism. So we've got a piece of white cardstock. So that's going to sit in behind there, but we need to attach it to this. So we need to create a little panel there. So about a couple of centimeters, and then just run your you know, if you've got the scoring tool here. I haven't, so I've just done that. And then you want to measure it against that because you don't want to see it. So just pop that on there. And just go down there. And then you're going to cut those pieces out. So you just trim along there, along there, along here, and along there. It'll all come together in a minute and you'll see. So then you just burnish that. So that is going to sit underneath here and adhere to that. So if you pop that underneath, then it saves you having to try and get it through there afterwards. And just pop some glue on here. Or you could use whatever tape, whatever you like, but I like glue because then I can move it around if it doesn't quite go in the right spot. And then just adhere that onto there. So if you pull all that back through, you can see it's stuck onto there. And it won't take long to dry. So that now is going to be the piece that pulls that up and down. And then just to make that look a little bit pretty, I've got some of the DSP, and it's just going to, it doesn't need to go right down to the end. So it's just going to sit on there. So I'll just add some glue, pop that on. So hopefully that all makes sense, so you can see that that is your piece there that is coming backwards and forwards here. So while we've got that here, we'll just create a hole in here. So that is 9 centimetres, so it needs to be about 4.5, so just in about there. And with this I tied a little bit of the baker's twine onto it, but I thought with this one I'll just show you something else you could do if you didn't want to be doing that extra. Is just cut your ribbon a little bit longer, and we're just going to feed that into there. And then pull that through. So that gives you that nice, quite a nice flat, especially if you're posting, because it is going to be quite bulky. And then the next thing to do, we want to pop that onto our base, so onto this piece here. So that's going to sit on there. So to do that, and you want room, I think, to make it go up and down. I think it would be okay, but I think just add a little bit of dimension to that. So I've got the adhesive foam sheets. If you didn't have these, you could, you know, the strips would work really well. So I'm just going to use these little bits that I've got here. So I just want some thin strips to go down here. Just gives it a bit of room to move. Along there. Do the same on this side. And then just some more tiny little bits there. Those strips would be much better actually, because then they're already nicely cut for you. And then just some pieces along here. I always like using up all my bits, my scraps. Nothing goes to waste, does it? Just tuck that in there. And then we want to pop that onto here. Now what I also do, just to make sure that it's not going to, you know, with this, when it sticks, so so that you know you're going to get it in the right place and you don't have to worry. What I'm going to do, pull those backs off, is just add a little bit of glue just onto that. Doesn't have to be much, just enough to give it a bit of slide. So then now when that goes, just want to keep that piece out of the way, make sure that doesn't get it here. Just pop that on. See, because I've popped the glue on, it just means it gives me a little bit of time to get it positioned properly. And then that piece slides out from there. So now it's just a matter of decorating it. So I have got that cute little image from the stamp set, this little rabbit here. And I've just got some white card and memento, because I'm going to colour them in with the Stampin' blends. Otherwise you could use some of the gorgeous little images that are in the DSP. You could cut those, just cut those out and pop them on. And I'm just doing that little extra little puddle. So super easy and quick colouring, just for the puddle, just using the light balmy blue. Just that bullet end. Seeing it's a really small image to colour in. And I'm just going to add a little bit of the dark just on those little bits of shading. And then I'm going to colour our gorgeous little rabbit, and I've got the Flirty Flamingo. It's just a light one. I'm just going to colour the nose in. Just do that little bit of shading there. You could go all out and do the whole rabbit if you like, but don't have to. Just do a little rosy cheek. And then I'm going to use Old Olive, and the colours I'm choosing are the colours in the DSP, so then you know everything coordinates nicely. Otherwise you could watercolour this little rabbit, or use watercolour pencils, or just the markers, anything really. It's a really quick and simple little image to colour. And then I'm just going to bring the dark one and just put that on those. Won't worry about any too much shading today. Sometimes it's quite nice not to have to worry. And then I'm just going to die cut those little images. Just using a little mini machine. Oops, it's the wrong one. This one. Tuck that on there. This one on there. I often don't do two together because sometimes they move, but hopefully I'll be okay. This one. Hold that tight so it doesn't move. Run that through. Have cut out well, so that's good. And then I've also got this, in the DSP there's a sheet with all these gorgeous umbrellas, and I've just cut out one of those. So this time I might just do this green one. Oh no, I will. I'll just go in here and grab this one. Sometimes I don't like cutting into the DSP, it's so pretty. I'll just grab that one. So it's just going to sit halfway up, so just a little bit of glue on the bottom half of the body, and then just tuck that. It's puddle jumping, and then just tuck. Just gonna see, pop the little puddle under there. That sticks really quickly, so that's easy. And then I'm just going to fussy cut this little umbrella. I'm pretty sure I had a look, there wasn't a die for this. It doesn't take too long to just run around the edges of this. How cute this wee umbrella with all the colours in it. Just adds a bit more brightness to the front of the card. And then I'm just going to tuck that, so just a little bit of glue there, and then just a tiny little bit at the front there, because it's just going to sit behind his ear, so that will just keep that in place there, like that. So that sticks quite quickly because it's, I didn't put too much glue on. Before I do the sentiment, I'll just pop these. I'm using these lovely, these are the iridescent pastel gems, so I'm just popping those on. So I'm going to use, take your pick tool, which is fantastic for moving gems around, for placement and everything. So a couple there, and then I'm going to use one of those big ones up here, over here. Sit about there. And then lastly, I just want to do the sentiment. So the sentiment, I've just got a piece of black, and I've got, let's use that on there, my Versamark. It doesn't have to be straight because I'm going to fussy cut it, but if you don't like fussy cutting, you could possibly find a die that works for that, just a little banner die of some sort. So I'll just pop some white emboss powder on there. Get any bits off, and I'll just heat emboss this, so it won't be a minute. It's just a matter of cutting that out. It's not too fiddly. As I say, if you don't like fussy cutting, just trim it with your trimmer, just to get a rectangular shape. And then I did pop that up on dimensionals, just to make it pop a little bit more. And I'm just going to centre-ish, doesn't matter too much. And that is my card made. So just pulls out, so that sits when you mail it like that down, and then they can pull that out, and so it says rainy days are better with you, and then it's a sunny day hopefully underneath, and oh happy day, and then inside you can write your message, and with that wee bit of decoration in there. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and we'll see you again next month. Bye for now.